I'm Corky Coker, and I have been around collector cars my whole life. I've been raised in the old car hobby. I love the European cars, the Model Ts, the hot rods, the race cars, the vintage bikes, the antique trucks. I just dig it. But you know what's better than that? Is the people in the old car hobby. They are the best.
Sometimes the road less traveled takes you where you need to go. You turn back, things unravel.
Well, at Honest Charlie Speed Shop, we love to build hot rods.
Never know what we've been looking for. Across the road, it always winds. Keep your eyes on what's in front of you. You just don't know what you might find.
Every car here in the Coker Museum has a story, and every story has a good ending. The most important thing that I like to do is have other people enjoy them, and I like to drive them. I like to see them out on the roads, I like to see them on the racetracks, and that's what we're doing at Honest Charlie Garage. We're building cars that people can enjoy, that people can drive, and people can experience.
Have you found what you've been looking for? Across the road, it always winds. Keep your eyes on what's in front of you. You just don't know what you might find.
Well, this is a 1936 706 model white bus. The White Company from Cleveland, Ohio made these buses for Yellowstone and Glacier National Park. They were 14-passenger canvas rollback convertibles. Today, what would be better than taking 14 of your best friends out for a ride, maybe go out to dinner together, maybe somebody else can get the bill. But to be able to drive these things is just amazing. So my boss, my little sweet wife, is having 26 or 28 people over for Thanksgiving dinner, and she said it sure would be nice for us to do a hayride. I thought, golly, it's supposed to be raining or it's going to be cold, so we decided to get out the 1936 white 706 Yellowstone bus. It's a full convertible, but we got the top lashed up and set up, so we're going to take it out to the farm and be ready for Thanksgiving dinner or after dinner hayride in a Yellowstone bus. Here we go. She's running pretty good. I've had a lot of fun in this old bus. My wife and I took a Sunday school class out to a drive-in movie theater. And you think, well, why would you do that? Well, first of all, it was Dutch treat. So when we pulled up to the window to pay, I pulled up to my window and I paid for my wife and I, and then pulled up to the next window and 2 couples had to pay for themselves. And then the next window, next row, we had a great time. You know, when you drive these old trucks, wherever you're going, if you're by yourself or you've got a busload of friends, you turn a lot of heads. Everybody loves seeing this old stuff on the highway. You know, we just got back from 45 miles an hour on the freeway going down to take a nice drive, and folks are really impacted, and it moves a lot of people because you can see our history of our country, and you can see the passion that people had with the beautiful designs of these fenders and the headlights with the teardrops. People love it. So you might see that we have 2 of these Model 706 buses right here in the Coker Museum. This truck is a 1936 Model 706, 14-passenger canvas rollback convertible. This is a 1937. White Motor Company made, I think, maybe 56 of these for Glacier National Park and almost 100 of these for Yellowstone National Park. We have had a great time riding around in this Yellowstone bus in the back roads of North Georgia and Southern Tennessee. What a wonderful thing. And you can see it right here in the Coker Museum, brought to you by Haggerty. You can help support our show by joining the Haggerty Drivers Club. It includes a subscription to our award-winning magazine, unlimited access to our valuation tool, 24/7 roadside assistance with flatbed towing, free classified listings, exclusive coupons and offers, and VIP perks to select Haggerty events. Get more information at haggerty.com/HDC. And by our friends at Moss Motors. Run by enthusiasts for enthusiasts.
Have you seen that the dash is in? It's beautiful. Jason took it out, wood grained it. He even took apart all the gauges and cleaned the glass, put them in, even painted the needles on there, put new bezels on the dials, so that even looks cleaner. Josh made a new leather, customized the piece with the leather that was provided from Moss and customized it. I can't not hold it and do this. It looks beautiful. You have to see just the comparison from what it looked like to what it looks like now.
This is the driver's side of the dash. This is the box where the defroster vent attaches to, and that's where the vent comes out. You'll have 2 tubes on either side that feed it. And then this attaches to the metal on the car. And this piece, not finished yet, so it doesn't look as good as it will later, but attaches kind of like that. And there'll be a piece of foam in here that this will wrap around and may give it a nice look. And you can see on the centerpiece for that with the mirror, this is going to fit with the piece of foam that goes here. It'll fit about right there once it's on the car. So our trunk didn't quite work when we put it back on. It didn't really work when we took it off either, but we didn't bother trying to fix it yet at that time. But putting it back on, of course, we had to make sure it worked the way it should have and actually locked. So we just had just 2 cables, just adjust the tightness on them, and it's actually very finicky. You don't have to adjust it that far to get to the point where you need. Turn or less is what we ended up using on both sides. So the gas caps on these cars, if they go wrong, you're in for a journey trying to figure out how to make that come back to life so that they work. It's definitely a lot of work trying to put this new gas cap in, especially how rusty ours was. So it was not the most fun project on this car, but it was certainly a learning curve.
When you look at a project, generally you just say, oh, that looks nice, but think about the detail. Every single thing. I mean, you've got the felt, you've got the rubber. It's got to fit in here perfectly. It is just so detailed. And I mean, even the seams where the air conditioning would be and the clips, they've really done a great job.
So Team Marmon has made a lot of headway on this Marmon Wasp number 3. I built number 2 here for use in the 500 The Spectacle Begins, the movie, and because this is the hero car, you'll need to have a stunt double, and the Marmon group have come beside Honest Charlie Garage, and now we have Wasp number 3, exact measurements of Wasp number 1 and Wasp number 2, down to the angles of the frame, the spring shackles, the positioning of the gas tank. We've made a lot of headway. Richard Martyr is an amazing car carpenter, fabricator extraordinaire here at Honest Charlie Garage. A lot of the cars done in the Coker Museum are fabricated and restored by the guys at Honest Charlie Garage with Jason Sane, Mr. Patina Head. He does the paint job, and he'll be painting this Wasp number 3 for the movie. You will not be able to tell any difference between this car sitting right here, Wasp number 2, Wasp number 1 that's in the Indianapolis Speedway Museum, and Wasp number 3, which will be owned by the Marmon Group. And their plan is to campaign it around the country and bring all the wonderful companies that Marmon Group owns together around the most famous race car in the world, the Marmon Wasp.
So Jason Sane came to us from Volkswagen. He was in the production department and was working on the line at Volkswagen, but he literally moved here from Michigan a number of years ago, loves Mercedes, loves a lot of European cars, but we found out a wonderful gift that Jason Sane has, and he is a beautiful painter. But more than that, he figured out how to do a patina paint job. So much so that I call him Mr. Patina Head. Jason Sane, wonderful painter. You can see all of his handiwork on cars in our Coca Museum and all of the customers that we restore cars for.
This is Jason Girding. As you well know, he is one of the top brass at Marmon Holdings. I would just say that it's a pleasure for me. This car was finished just yesterday, all with the exception of the belly pan. We've got to make a belly pan, and Richard and Stephen, they're here with us. These guys have done most of the work. I don't know if you could tell much difference between this car and the car out there. We've not had them sitting side by side even. It is an amazing car. You know, it's fresh paint.
Yeah, it's like newer paint.
It's not a patina paint job. But the interesting thing about this car, though, Jason, is that it's got power steering, so it's not like Tom Hewer having to do that and getting those 3 gears to mesh together. It's got disc brakes. Look at the drums that we built around the disc brakes. You can't look at it and tell that it is. It's a modern 6-cylinder Chevrolet motor, and we built a manifold so that it looks just like it. So when you guys take this around to each of the different transportation companies, each of the different companies, you know, the manager can come drive it out of the trailer, drive it up to the deal. You know, Angelo can now drive this up in Miami if you guys...
For real this time.
For real this time. What do you think, Dave?
It's awesome. It is awesome. I didn't know what it would be when we got done with it, but it is awesome. You can't really tell much difference. I mean, just other than the paint.
Other than the paint being fresh and new. And that, you know, just takes driving and, you know, having guys sitting
Little
there.
weather,
Yep, little weather. Pretty amazing. There are imitation wasps out there that they've made on a 27 Dodge, and they're fat and they're, you know, wrong wheels and all that sort of stuff. But this thing is fast too. You'd be surprised.
I'm blown away. I think it's just the coolest thing. It looks identical. You couldn't tell the difference from 10, 20, 30 feet away. It was just awesome. And we appreciate everything you've done to help us along.
It's been our pleasure. For Jason, for Richard, for Stephen, for Josh and Kendall too. This is a passionate thing for us to build these exact replicas of the original cars. And this is the most famous race car in the world. The 1911 winner. It's a Marmon Wasp. Car number 30, you see, car number 32. It is amazing, driven by Ray Haroon. And now, we're gonna have this guy driven by Jason Girding. So I want you to climb in this thing, and we'll have Stephen Contillo come over here and show you how all the parts, but just climb around here and step up in there and get in it.
They're off. So that's your ignition on and off. Here's your choke. And that's your start button.
All right.
You probably don't need the choke now.
Gas, brake.
Yeah, just hit the brass button and it should fire right up.
Now, it's pretty fast, so just be careful. And it steers very light, so just be careful. To know all the hard work that these guys have had and have, you know, just to see it come to fruition. And we know that we're going to see these two cars, you know, car number one, car number one's in the museum, car number 2 is here at Honest Charlie, and car number 3 will be somewhere in Marmon Holdings companies. But they'll all, well, these car number 2 and 3 will be in the movie that comes out sometime in 25.
So I think we used our head in making it automatic
Oh, yeah.
and power steering. Now you need to go over there and feel that.
No,
and look at those gears.
I know, I saw them.
It's just
Team did a fantastic job.
unbelievable.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So
I didn't know I was going to get to drive this today. This has made my day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the first Marmon
Yeah.
guy that's had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.